Oh, my Lord. Y'all didn't even see the intro, did you? Y'all did not even see the intro. My goodness gracious. Hold the frog up. Okay, hold up.
Just creators, be very, very careful. Only use the studio music. And
I was like, just. Y'all will smile around and find out that I will always be touching these buttons and don't have a clue what I'm doing. Hello, happy June 3rd, 2025. Good afternoon, everybody. I see my beautiful Janice in here, Woman's Warrior, Lorraine Law. Hello, beautiful Dawn. Hello, Susan, Elizabeth, and where is Summer and Sebastian? 1-800-TBI Find. Cooking but watching. I hope you're cooking something good, girl. Janice, yeah, I didn't know if I was taught. I looked up, I'm like, I didn't even hit that second button. Lord God, and I done played 2 intros. I'm like, honey, please. Honey child, please. Leslie, keep it real. Nice Marie, hello, hello. Roxanne, hello. Bo, hello. I tell you, I can't get it together, honey. If you had to do all the stuff I had to do, and the dogs, and this one, and that one, and this, and I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, it is what it is. Deanna, hello, hello. Beanie, hello. Sidetrack, hello. And Mary Harris and Debbie W. Terry Parker, good afternoon. I'm so glad y'all are here. And Nurse Sandy and Deanna Downey and Amy Lou. Hello. Hey, hey, hey. Love to see you, Miss Amy Lou. Honey, you don't even know, Woman's Warrior, how useless I am with technology. I could have been sitting here doing my whole show till somebody decided to call and tell me, honey, are you going live? I'm just telling y'all. Betsy Mathis, hello. Always good to see you. Cass and Leslie, keep it real. Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy to see all of y'all. I didn't think I was going to make it in today because I had a test this morning that they had to give me some, IVs and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going online today. But I feel okay, y'all. I feel just fine and dandy like a piece of candy. I couldn't drink caffeine for 24 hours. And honey, once I got this coffee in me, it is on like Donkey Kong. Let me tell you. That guy said, oh, we suggest you go drink you a big old thing of coffee. I thought, you just don't even have no idea, you little cutie patootie. You have no idea. They didn't know where I was heading to get some coffee. It wasn't going to be home. I was stopping at the nearest place to get some caffeine, and it was going to be coffee. Oh, Joe, you had to be a hero today? Uh-oh, I want to hear all about that, Joe. You had to be a hero because we got another one we're going to talk about that was a hero in my eyes, and that was this whistleblower. What'd you do today, Joe? Lord have mercy. I'm almost scared to ask Joe what he did. Bo said, did I get your message? Did you send it on Messenger? I don't know. I might be too hyped up with this coffee to know. Oh, no, here it is. Hold on. Yes, I did. That's the same 3 girls, right? They did find the 3 girls, and the father's on the run. Yeah. I didn't get to see everything, but it is a devastating update. This is the one from Washington State, right? The sisters? Okay. Yeah, the three sisters that plan to visit their father. Um, let's see, Evelyn, Olivia, I'm pulling it up now. Three sisters, Caitlin, Evelyn, Olivia Decker, 9 years old, 8 years old, and 5 years old, has been reported missing and planned to visit with their fathers. All of them have been found deceased. Yeah. But they still hadn't found that monster, right? The girls was last seen on Friday, May 30th during scheduled visitation with their father, Travis Decker, when he failed to return them and should not be and could not be reached by their mother. Decker's truck was found abandoned, and the search area led to recovery of these girls' bodies. A warrant has been issued for Travis Decker's arrest, and he remains at large. He's a freaking coward. Yeah, let me show y'all. Those three little girls right there. How in God's name? Three. It is. It's heartbreaking. Man, it is. Yeah, I just caught the glimpse of that, but I didn't think that they caught him. What was, let's see, Joe said the irony on my way to EMT class had to be a hero. You had to be a hero. Joe, I get the feeling you're a hero every day. I do. I get the feeling about that every day. Yeah, what a idiot. And this is some of the stuff that I've been talking about, as painful as it is. Some people, that hate just overpowers whatever. Yeah, Joe, I'm proud of you. I am proud of you, especially on your way to that. Yeah, he's a monster. Not Joe, not our Joe, but the guy that did that to the three girls. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Before I get started, I did want to say I am so sorry and sending my condolences to Nana's Dragonfly. She's a sub. She comes in here sometimes. She mostly stays over at Brittany J's, but she comes in here a lot. We all know her. She goes in Justin. She goes everywhere. And last night, her husband gained his wings. And so I just want to send my condolences out to her and let her know that we are praying for her and that we're so sorry to hear that. I know that I am, and I can't imagine, and I'm just very, very sorry. So yeah, that's for Nana's Dragonflies. And as I was going across the website today, Miss Christine 55555, I see she's also back in the hospital. She was on hospice at home, but she's back in the hospital. And, they only take you back on severe things when you're on hospice. And so I know she was in a lot of pain and different things, but she did manage to put up a little video. And I want to send our prayers out to her and let her know that we're always thinking about her as well. And our thoughts and prayers are with her family. And we know she's strong. I also want to send out again to Tiffany Marie's son and the battle that he's fighting and that she's having to fight. The last that I heard, she was in Boston with him. So that's got to be tough. It's got to be tough no matter what. That's your kids. And to hear all these things, yes, it is very sad. So prayers to everyone. And the other Miss Ann, our Miss Ann is going to have her surgery pretty soon. I want you to know, I know she's watching or will be watching at some point today. I want to keep the prayers out for her. And I want to say thank you because she sent me a little birthday card in the mail today. And I did get that. So that was so sweet of you to be thinking of me when you're having your own battles and your own problems. And I just want you to know that I love you. We miss seeing you in here, but we all know that you're always listening. And so we want to let you know that we are praying for you. So, just wanted to touch on that. Excuse me. Yeah, little Red O, all these things sadden me. so much. Yeah, for the triple. Yep, absolutely, Joe. It's sad. Um, but anyway, yeah, those little girls did nothing to deserve that. They thought they were going to see their dad. Um, hey, Ellie, hello, hello, and Daniel Berry, hello, hello, everybody coming in. Anybody I missed? Alicia, hello, hello. Because I missed a lot of y'all, so I'm sorry. I am sorry. We don't want to wait till I get in the middle of this, and then they say, "Smiley, you didn't speak to me." I'm sorry. I'm trying to get everybody. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. But yeah. So, how have y'all? Has anybody? I did see this too before we get started. I thought this would be interesting. Of course, I'm not going, but I could, but I don't want to. But I would want to see her. Who's going to CrimeCon? Anybody going to CrimeCon, or has anybody heard anybody going to CrimeCon? I still am all signed up for it and everything. But I was seeing it today, and guess who they finally put out that's going to be there for the first time? Actually, not just there, for the first time ever in CrimeCon. And I thought it was pretty interesting. They're going to have Marsha Clark there, and she's going to speak. Yeah, it's in Denver this time. It's in Denver this time. Hey, Tina. Chris M's going. I figured Chris would go. I figured probably Dolly would go. He's been before. I don't know. Probably I'm just assuming. JLR. I'm assuming probably chasing. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But they only have the standard tickets left. Them standard tickets are like $3.99 though, y'all. So just saying. But the silver and the platinum, they're all gone. You have to get on a waiting list to get those. Unless you want to volunteer, honey. Now, if you want to volunteer, you can get in free. I'm just saying. Just saying. But the standard tickets start at $3.99. But Marsha Clark is going to be there. And then another one that I would like to hear and see is Tommy Pope. He was the DA in Susan Smith's case. So he's going to be there. Hey, Kiki. So, yeah. And then the host hotel this year is the Gaylord Rockies Convention Center. So, yeah, I saw that and thought I would throw that out there to you. Just didn't know if y'all heard about it, who I was going, or if you were going, if y'all got a wild hair to go or what. Why not Casey Anthony? I don't know. And they probably will still announce some more. That's just what come out in my email, because they send them out every once in a while, and that's the first time I saw. But I would like to have me a little chit chat with Marsha Clark. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, it is what it is. I'm just telling you. But yeah, I hope everybody had a wonderful day today. I was okay after I got me something to eat after my test. I got me some coffee, and then I waited till I got home, waited a couple hours, got me something to eat. That's when I got I'm like, why did I even eat that? But I feel better now, and so I'm ready to do this thing. I thought about going. It's an 8-hour drive from me, Debbie said. Yeah, I mean, when it first came out over and over, and I love Denver. I do love Denver. But I don't know. I thought about going about this one they had in Florida where it was the, I think they've already had it though, where it was the camp thing, or did y'all see that one? Hey, Jude. Hey, beautiful. Welcome. Good to see you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, honey. Let's see. I'm trying to get it up there. My buttons are not working properly today. Where they did the camping thing, and I thought, Honey, there ain't no way I'm going nowhere camping with these YouTubers outside. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, thank you. No, but that one would have been neat because they did all the forensics and stuff like that. So that would have been pretty neat. But I think they already had that one. Just saying. Yeah, they'd be wanting to roll Smiley over in some carpet and put her over one of them ledges in the ocean, honey. We ain't doing that. Smiley ain't going to be doing that. But this, what I want to show y'all today and talk about today, hopefully it'll be a short live. But I wanted to tell y'all about this. I don't know if you heard about it or not. And I can tell you it's trigger warnings. I was trying to find something on Nancy Grace and found it there. So she actually went over it actually on her crime podcast. I was like, do what? And it's about an autism center in New York. Who in the hell is ringing my doorbell? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I can do it from here. Hold on a minute. Okay, so that's my son and the grandkids. I know I was like, sorry about that, y'all. Now you're going to hear a lot of noise in there. It's fine. Promise it's fine. Because yesterday, no, I got signs in my yard. No soliciting. No, yeah, Avon lady, and all that. And don't come in my yard. There's cameras and there's, all that no trespassing sign. And then you got these two idiots. I went to the door that's trying to sell solar systems. Are you freaking kidding me? Get out of my freaking yard, people. Stop it. Now, no. Mm-mm. But anyway, this is about this autism center in New York. Hold on, let me tell him. All right, sorry. Tell them they start. Just put them in here, dogs. But anyway, so anyway, this autism center, this is horrible. It was showing an aide violently dragging this young boy with autism. Did y'all hear about that in New York? By his genitals. I mean, he was 19 years old, and this is so shocking to me. It's shocking. Don't worry, Joe. Don't worry. It's cool. Yeah. And I got some video, but yes, that is so inhumane, cruel. But there was a hero. There was a whistleblower who made the world see. The supervisors didn't want to see. He went to the supervisors. He did all the right things. Y'all are going to see. This is shocking. I was floored. This sparked an outrage, y'all, as it should have, in my opinion. And I think it demands immediate accountability. Today, I'm going to bring some more truth and light to this, but this is pitiful. It's a painful story, and it's shaken many up. It's broken trust. It's broken trust for them. It's broken safety. He was definitely violated, and this is a young, non-violent non-verbal. Okay? This is a non-verbal autistic teen who was dragged across the room by his private parts and by the person who was literally paid. Let that sink in. Who was literally paid money. This is real life. You can't make this stuff up. Who was paid real money and this place to take care of him and watch out for him. And this place is called Anderson Center for Autism in Statesburg, New York. And this 19-year-old autistic boy, this young man who was nonverbal and 100% reliant on his caregivers there, was paid, I'm sure, a hefty amount of money to take care of these people. And y'all are going to find out that he wasn't the only one abused. But just like some here are in places for whatever reason, this was his world. This is what he knew, and this is what he trusted. He trusted for everything. But this one particular day, all that trust was gone. It was shattered. All of this was caught on video. All of it. A staff member, an aide named Garnet, Garnet Collins, who was 50 years old, half of 100, 50 years old, is he is the one that was grabbing this young man by his private parts and dragging him across the room. You could hear his screams. You could feel the pain. You could see his pain. You could feel the terror and the helplessness in him. Make it make sense. All you guys in here, I know you're going to be able to feel it. You can feel it with me just talking about it. Let me just say that again. He grabbed this young man by his genitals and pulled him around the whole in place. And this is someone that's disabled and someone who's vulnerable. We'll never know. We would have never known about this had this whistleblower have not come out, and come forward. The whistleblower's name is Emerson, and he's from another country, and he had come to work in the U.S. so he could learn and help those with autism in his country, and he could take the knowledge back to home to his country. And so in my opinion, Emerson, I'm going to say Ferry, Phiri, he's the real hero here. He is the real hero here. But what he saw at the Anderson Center, and I don't care how many times I say their name, the Anderson Center in New York for Autism, they need to be, I hope they're shut down. They need to be shut down. Hey, Annette, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in. That place just needs to shut down, period. I hope they did, because they didn't care. It was just cruelty, pure cruelty, what they did. Emerson said this was not just one time either. You're going to hear from Emerson. Emerson said this was not just one time. He saw repeated emotional and physical abuse. He did speak up to his supervisors and his managers, and guess what they did? They brushed him off. And they told him, what goes on in there stays in there. Kind of like Vegas. What goes on here stays here. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. We're talking about real lives here, nonverbal real lives here. So he felt ignored, the guy did, Emerson. He felt ignored, and he You know what he did? He did what the right person would do. Now, me or somebody else probably would have unalived somebody. But he didn't do that. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to hold it in the road. He's trying to take knowledge back over to his country, and he's trying to stay his butt out of jail. Okay. But he's also trying to save the children. And so what he did was he started documenting everything, and he put a camera out, and the camera got this. And then he let the whole entire world see. Hold on, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to let y'all see this.
A former employee at the Anderson Center for Autism has pleaded guilty to endangering the welfare of an incompetent or physically disabled person.
All right, Fox 5's Teresa Priolo joins us now with more. Teresa.
Hey, good evening to both of you. So when we first did this story back in November and exposed the abuse that occurred at the Anderson Center, that story sent shockwaves through the disability community. To this day, people are commenting on our social media posts asking how an autistic teen could be treated in such a way. You've also wanted to know what's the fate of the man accused of committing the crime. Well, tonight we've learned that Garnett Collins, that Anderson caregiver, has accepted a plea deal and will serve time behind bars. When Fox 5 showed you this video back in November, you could not see the face of the man who is holding this autistic teenager by the genitals. For the first time, here it is. This is Garnett Collins. The 50-year-old from Poughkeepsie has admitted in court he knowingly engaged in conduct which he knew could cause mental and physical injuries to someone with a disability. He told a Dutchess County judge he grabbed this teenager by the testicles and struck another student in the head with an object. He is expected to serve between 1 and 3 years behind bars for his crimes.
In my opinion, he sexually assaulted my son. He sexually abused him. He physically, obviously, abused him. And who knows what else he did over the time period he was there. So in this particular case, if anything, this calls out for such an enhancement.
Anil is the father of the boy we profiled. This video was given to him by a whistleblower who risked and lost his job for documenting the abuse. But it is because of his bravery that this case moved forward. Initially, Collins was expected to receive about 6 months behind bars, but then the judge called the family for a conference.
And the judge said that he felt, given the nature of the case, more time was warranted. I guess the best they could come up with was the 1 to 3 if he pled guilty to an E felony. And that, to me, yeah, it's better than 6 months, but there's no way. There's no justice being served here.
No amount of time will erase the trauma this incident has caused Anil, his family, and most importantly, his son. And that trauma is significant.
He is going through severe emotional PTSD. Since we brought him home in August, he has been hospitalized 3 times in a severe, in a unit that's specializes in dealing with autistic persons who have been subjected to such trauma. He's in the hospital right now. August 11th, we brought him home. We informed the DOE the very next day of the very 2 days later. Since that day till today, we have not received any assistance, any help, any services.
So Garnett Collins is currently behind bars until he's officially sentenced on April the 2nd. Well, back to both of you.
I mean, can you in your wildest dreams? I cannot. Now, we're going to hear from we're going to hear from the whistleblower. Hold on a minute.
To more home buyers, hyper target home buyers in your area down to the
That's a
zip.
commercial. Sorry, y'all.
Learn how Flex
I don't know why I
data-driven
keep
ad
getting these
solutions
commercials.
can
I got all
drive
that
home
paid
buyers
for.
to your real estate business. Connect
No,
with
he's not. Now,
Flex.com.
won't you listen to him? This is the whistleblower.
After disturbing video surfaced showing the teen getting abused. Fox 8's Teresa Priolo is here with tonight's update. Teresa?
Yeah, we have two major updates for you tonight. Good evening to both of you. First, the man that was charged with abusing that autistic teen is sentenced in a Dutchess County court today. And the whistleblower who helped bring him to justice speaks exclusively to Fox 5 News. And he tells me this teen was not the only resident being abused. It's just the only incident that he caught on camera. It's this video that exposed a stomach-churning pattern of abuse inside the renowned Anderson Center for Autism in Dutchess County. A nonverbal autistic teenager cries for his mother as his caregiver, Garnett Collins, grabs him by the genitals in an attempt to make him behave. Now that caregiver has been sentenced to prison, 1 to 3 years for endangering the welfare of an incompetent or physically disabled person. Judge Edward McLaughlin told the court his hands are tied by the state legislature's sentencing guidelines.
With what she did,
That's the whistleblower.
For the first time, the man who recorded that video that sparked the criminal investigation speaks exclusively to Fox 5, sharing why he took the extraordinary step to record the abuse.
What was happening was inhumane, and it was a violation of the human right.
Emerson Ferry is from Malawi. He came to New York to learn from the staff at Anderson, hoping to use that knowledge back home in Africa. What he witnessed instead was abuse. How many kids would you say you saw being abused while you were there?
Almost everyone.
Before he recorded the video, Emerson says he confronted Garnett Collins, which put him at odds with his fellow coworker. Then he went to a manager.
She said, and also she said that what happened in the house ends in the house.
The abuse didn't stop, so he kept reporting it until he says his managers began retaliating. Eventually, he decided to record what he was seeing, proof he was telling the truth.
I made everything possible that I have the evidence, though it wasn't easy to get those videos.
In the process, Emerson says Anderson suspended him but wouldn't tell him why. While he was on suspension, he decided to share this video with the family of the boy who suffered the worst of the abuse. And that's when he says he was fired. Do you regret sharing the video? Do you regret?
Of course, I wouldn't want to work there either.
No, I don't regret at all. Not at all.
After witnessing today's sentencing, the family told Fox 5, quote, sitting in the courtroom today and hearing Garnett Collins receiving only 1 to 3 years in prison for the abuse and sexual assault of our son was another injury inflicted on our family. The only solace we have is knowing this monster will not be hurting anyone else's son or daughter for the next 1 year. But this is not enough. We need to do more. I also reached out to Anderson for comment. They sent us the exact same statement that they have provided each time we've aired a story associated with their institution. Today's comment reads, the allegations of reprehensible conduct are entirely contrary to our values, and we have been fully cooperating with authorities in their thorough investigation.
Yeah, unbelievable. Thanks for following us.
That is unbelievable. There is nobody that should ever hold a job even near that again. That place should be shut down. All of them, every one of them should be in jail. And you're talking 1 year to 3 years? And are you kidding me? If it was not for that man right there, that man is a hero in my eyes. There's no telling what would have happened. I mean, y'all are seeing it with your own eyes. But what he saw at the Anderson for Autism was not care, and it was never nothing but cruelty, is what he said. Emerson said it was not just one time. Thank God he documented it. Thank God he went and got a camera, and thank God he filmed it. Look, people, sometimes you got to do the right thing. And this definitely was one of those times that it was the right thing. Oh my God. Garnett Collins, again, was indeed arrested after the video was shown. Had it not been, he would have just kept collecting a paycheck, working there, doing what he wanted to do. And everybody would have kept turning a blind eye. But Emerson, the guy that taped it and everything, like I said, he was the hero. He was a real trooper. He took a chance physically with everything to protect them kids, in my opinion, when nobody else would, not the supervisors, nobody else. Nobody else wouldn't listen to him. What stays here, what's in this house, stays in this house. We're talking about an autism faculty. We're talking about people that are completely nonverbal. We're talking about doing things that are way beyond inhumane. But here's where the justice system failed, in spite of all the cruelness, all the brutality, and all the abuse that was even on video. They failed because they only gave him 1 to 3 years prison term. They were only going to give him 6 months. Did you hear the boy's father? They were only going to give him 6 months, and then they called the father and said, well, we think it warrants a little bit more than this. So they gave him, for pleading guilty, a 1 to 3 years. I hope I get this right, but this is what they said. I think it was on one of those. Y'all can go back and rewind it, but I did write this down. This is what his parents said in court. Sitting in the courtroom today and hearing Garrett Collins receiving only 1 to 3 years in prison for the abuse and sexual assault of our son was another injury inflicted on our family. This is not enough. We need to do more. Quote. And by golly, I agree with them. I agree with them. This entire system failed. And then I heard they said, well, at least we know that this guy won't be out doing this at least for a year, maybe 3. I'm sorry, but that's not good enough. What happens after that? Who is he going to hurt and abuse and grab onto and do these inhumane things when he does get out? You have nobody to blame but the judge, but the lawmakers, and all those people, the supervisors, and all that. Yeah, Alicia, I would too. I would absolutely too. Why did they ignore him? Was it because he was from another country? I'm just asking. Was it because they just didn't give a flying flip and they were all in on it too, and they just didn't care, and they were collecting that money rolling in? I'm going to go out on a limb, in my opinion, and say it was all of the above. All of it. I'm going to say it was all the above. And they probably didn't think the man from the other country had the smart enough to legally get done what he got done. And he is a damn hero. He is a hero. And he's more of a man and a hero than any of them monsters in there that ever held a damn job. I'm just saying. Why did it take a secret video to come out for anybody to listen? What protections really exist for those nonverbal and disabled individuals in a group home in these situations? These are not pretty, and they're not nice, and they're not comfortable questions, and they're not easy to ask. But you know what? Somebody's got to do it. Yeah, Fox News. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, honey. But they all got to Fox News in New York. Yeah. But they, we got to ask. And at some time, I feel like there's got to be something done to protect better. Let's just say that. Every parent, every caregiver, every advocate listening today, nobody's alone. You're not alone. But we, I, you, all of us, I don't know. I can't do it by myself. I don't know how. But one thing we need to do is we need to push for the legislation that mandates. What needs to be mandated is a video surveillance in these care faculties, and mandates them and mandates these people not only with background checks, because now they're doing the background checks. They're doing the local background checks. People are getting by with that, okay, for some of these jobs and stuff. But it needs to be mandated that everybody have a national background check. There needs to be more trauma training, and they need to be more informed. But the most important thing is there needs to be more stricter penalties for abuse charges. In my opinion, that's what needs to happen. There needs to be more stricter penalties, because 1 to 3 years is not good enough. And then you only serve half of your time, a little bit of your time, and you're out walking the streets again. Silence protects abusers, y'all, not children. Silence protects abusers. I don't know that young man, but I can feel for him and his family. And again, in my opinion, Emerson is a hero, and I thank him for what he did and his bravery and taking that chance, because he might have saved many, many lives. But what he did, what you did, sir, you made the world look at everything it always wants to ignore and sweep under the rug. This stuff cannot be ignored. We cannot afford the justice system to give these people 1 to 3 years or let them walk. They're abusers. They're abusers. The supervisor, one more time, I'm going to tell y'all before I go, told him when he went to the higher ups, what happens in the house ends in the house. And then they carried on. And then they carried on. Exactly, Joe. So, I don't know. I saw that and I was like, man, I know it's horrible, but I've got to get it out here. I've got to let these people know. And, you don't know why people have to put their kids or their loved ones there. We don't ever know. But I know this. I know you better make darn sure when they say, oh, you can come in 24/7. Look, they did that with my mama. I went out there and checked it out. They did that with my mama. And I was getting all kinds of phone calls. We can't get in. We're at the door. We're not getting nobody to answer this, and this. 2 days later, she was back over in the hospital because they couldn't wake her up. So you don't never know. I think it needs to be mandated. Everybody, like I said, has those cameras in, period. Period. Don't take somebody's word for it. You can come in 24/7. These are your children. Okay? It's fine. You have to do what you have to do. People have to do what they have to do sometimes for whatever reason. But you don't want them into the hands of monsters. Just saying. Thank y'all for joining me. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all go enjoy the rest of the YouTubes. I don't know. I can't promise if I'm going to come back on tonight. I don't know for sure. I just don't know. Being I had to go out this morning and all that. But we'll see. I might just take it easy around here tonight and try to catch up on some things. I don't know. But I wanted to come on here and let y'all know that I love you. I'm thinking about you. I'm doing things behind the scenes, and I am still here. So, absolutely. Y'all have a great day, and thank you for coming and spending a little bit of time with me. Thank you. Y'all have a great day, and keep fighting for these kids. Oh, and by the way, FBI, if you hadn't saw it, go to the FBI, type in FBI, Sebastian Rogers. They have updated his flyer. FBI has. So those that didn't know, I've passed it around about 20,000 times today. So just in case you didn't know. Amen. All right. Bye, y'all.